Hey guys, welcome back. It's Cheesecake Films 05, and this week I've got another update video for the progress on the MOC. But for right now, this is the new and updated version of the Martyr 3 that I was building in last week's video, which you can check out in the description. But yeah, basically I'm just giving you a nice little tour of the build here. There's still some things that need to be fixed, you know, those edges on that top need to be cut down a little bit, and I'm going to change the wheels probably, but for right now, this is what we're working with. I do plan on changing this design from 1/45th scale, which is what you're looking at right now, to 1/35th scale. I just believe it looks a little better, and like I said earlier, change those tires to those little discs. I think that gives it a more realistic tire look as opposed to the attachments I have on right now with those wheels. And the only problem I was having with those is that I couldn't find the pieces to attach them with, those other pieces, so I've been using these 2x2 little cylinder things that you can just put those little black pieces in to connect the wheels. Sorry guys, I don't know what everything's called, but I'm either going to do some digging in my parts section or just order on Bricklink and get the right pieces to make this look as historically accurate as possible. But all in all, I think it looks pretty good. There's some nice little features on it. If you'll see here, I've got the little gun attachment, and that moves up and down a little bit more than I just showed you now. But also, this retracts and clicks, and it just kind of folds in like that, and then you can pull it back out to mount the gun. But this is so you can raise and lower the gun, and it'll actually do that. But I've attached little pieces like the shovel and the chain and those little saw and the storage, and just adds nice little details. I like this a lot better. Now, a lot of these tanks didn't have the machine gun mount built in, but I just decided that it looked cooler. Usually this would be the port where the driver would see out of, so it wouldn't be that whole fancy little getup right there. But I just like the way that a machine gun looks better. I think it's more menacing and cool, so I just thought I'd add that in there. But yeah, guys, this is almost done. As you can see, there's still some small details that just look a little bit out of place, like those sides come out way too wide, and some of it's a little boxy still. So I will be tuning it down and just fixing the little details. But here's the cockpit. I got a couple drivers in there, and there's a little driving station with the radio behind him. Oh, dropped him. But yeah, you see the little radar dial thing for speed or whatever, and you got the guy with the little goggles there manning the gun. Got a couple shells behind him there, just to add nice little effects like that. So yeah, guys, this is pretty much the Martyr 3 progress. It's not complete yet, but the progress. So yeah, look forward to next week, and hopefully it should be completed. Now on to the fun part. Alright guys, on to the next step of the building process. We've got to take care of some trees. So as you can see here, I've got my different colors for different stuff, and I got a couple of these guys left. I don't know, I'm probably going to do one color of each tree. See how it looks. It might look like too much going on, but I think it could look cool contrasting with that much stuff. And I don't know, maybe some bushes. I already got some built over there, so probably just grab those guys and maybe rebuild them a little bit, put some more detail into them. But I do like this. It's like simple and it's effective. So that bush design, I may put some few different color studs in there just to make it look good. All right, here's what we got for a couple trees so far. If we look at this guy, some nice detail going on around there. That'll be a bigger one on the map. Kind of a nice oak looking tree. Then we got this little skinny dude. Kind of a cool interlocking technique. I just kind of improvised, and I don't know, it's a little more simple, but it looks good. And so, yep, we're gonna have probably another like this, just a different color on the other side. And then this guy, I'm thinking somewhere like up here and then into the town. It should look good. All right, guys, so we've got some progress over here. I've been building this road, and I've been trying to create some sort of hill slash mini mountain cliff thing. And this is in the beginning stage, so this is just kind of the structure. This is pre-detail, so I still need to make this look a lot cleaner and smoother, but basically I've just been laying the basis for the snot work here. As you can see, I've got a lot of studs popping out this way and then immediately up top and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that really quick. And yeah, basically what I was doing is I was just taking pieces like these, and it works out that I have the green ones, and I would place them, you know, about 4 studs apart, have 2 studs in between, and then I would just take a piece like this and attach it right in the middle like that, and then you can actually go right on top of it like that, and it looks just like the one in the background does over there. Or I was doing it where it was kind of reverse. So let me take this guy out of here. I would put this guy on first, but honestly I don't recommend this way. It's kind of annoying to build with because you have to build up behind it, and then the tiles don't fit right on, like snug, so you have to kind of like angle it almost, so like from the side it looks like that a little bit, and like honestly it gives a cool look to the build, but it's a lot harder to work with. So if you have the bricks, I recommend going that route, and then you can just stack them on top and then go back on that row, the second row, and you know, repeat the process. Alright, so I decided to expand this grassy area out to about here. Don't worry, there's still lots of room for building, but I'm gonna put a wall here, and so it's just gonna be like, this is 10 studs long, and it's probably gonna be, I don't know, 4 or 5 bricks high. Nothing crazy, but just to give it some more depth. So yeah, and then there's gonna be, this is gonna be that other building in the sand green, and so it's gonna be right before the town essentially. All right, I am gonna try to recreate these fence pieces. I got a bunch of them here, but I think it'd look cooler if, you know, they were original. So let's see how it goes. All right, these are the 2 designs I've got so far. They look all right. I can't decide which one I like better, but I think I'm gonna shrink the distance in between the 2 poles. So instead of going with a full brick size in the middle, I just shrunk it 1 tile size. So I combined 2 pieces, and I think that looks a lot better. I think that looks honestly almost exactly the same as the Lego piece, but you know, I just can't get those dimensions because bricks aren't that skinny. This is the first stage of the wall. I'm just kind of experimenting with what might work, and then you know, I'm gonna build it up, build it down if I need to, build it back up again, and just get kind of like a natural old brick look. All right, guys, this is what I've got so far. I'm pretty happy with it, actually, to be honest. You know, it's nothing too crazy. It's just some simple snot work, but you know, I've got the pieces that I need to be able to do something to this detail, so it helps a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I think the 3D brick look came out pretty clean. So that guy is gonna fit right there, and he will be the tiny little wall to block the incoming German invasion. We got some extra detailing done here now too. So as you can see, I've laid some 1x1 little clip pieces to imitate grass, and then some weeds around the edge of the fence. That house is gonna go right up against this line, so it's just gonna look like a little yard, and then a little overgrown yard. And then I've added this little mini crater, as you can see here. I like how it turned out. You know, it's nothing too crazy, nothing too deep, but it's just a nice simple crater design that I think I'm gonna have. I can't decide yet if I'm gonna have allies sitting here, because oh yeah, I've laid some more detail on the road now too. That's what I've just been working on now, but I'm planning on having that half track come through. Oh yeah, by the way, I built this not sawed down, but like it's an old tree stump that this tree just kind of collapsed over, and so I'm gonna figure out how to lay that correctly to make it look more natural. But yeah, the half track's gonna be moving right along here, and so I think that I'm gonna have some Americans kind of hiding behind this little half foxhole area and watching that half track come by. All right, guys, here's my base for my next building. Just ordered some pieces. We got a bunch of those, a bunch of these, even more of those. Some tiles, some of those, some of those. Some of these, and a bunch more stuff. And we are about to build the, oh yeah, and those over there. And we are about to build the next house, obviously, out of sand green. Boom. I think it looks pretty good. You know, you just put the 1x1 bricks with the stud hole on the outside, on facing one side. Because I have enough. I ordered a bunch of these with the 2, because that's all I thought I needed. But I realized that you need these to be able to, to be able to get this sliding effect. So you can slide them back a little bit. And then it gives it some more texture, some more detail to make it look like bricks instead of, if you push them all together, like it looks fine, but it just doesn't look awesome. And they won't even have that like variance in direction. They'll be all like just flat, straight brick. So like it's okay, but you know, I think it looks better when it's jagged like that, because it looks more realistic, like what they have on those houses over there. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and fill this in. I think I'm gonna do a similar design to that building back there, where it's like the window and the door, because these buildings are gonna be right next to each other. So I'm just gonna I might do the same design for the door. I'm not sure yet. I really like how it turned out. Or I might have an open door and I might make an interior on this one, but it's just kind of difficult because like I don't know. I haven't made interiors on the rest of them, so it'd be inconsistent. But I don't know. I would really like to make an interior, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna make the door and then make the window right here, and then I think I'm gonna do layer here and then another floor, and then I'm gonna have like a roof up here that goes about like halfway up like this, and then this side of the roof is totally like bombed out. So should be cool. I've got some good ideas for that. You know, I'm gonna use like these wing pieces here because it gives, like, if you can imagine like a bombed out area, and then if you layer it, it just kind of gives like a nice natural curvature look instead of like studs where it's kind of jagged. It gives it a more natural bombed out circle look. So I'm gonna try that on the roof, and then we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is the biggest part of the build. All right, now I'm building the window, and I have a big glass box over there, like clear pieces that look like glass in Lego, and I couldn't find any of these 1x2 studs of like clear Lego glass, essentially. So I need to take apart the old homeboy. Okay, honestly, that worked out like too perfectly. Like, this is exactly the size that I need, so awesome. Da 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 da. Next on the list, we've got the detail that's going to go into this grass area around here. I think I'm going to keep this little mushroom guy, but yeah, we're going to put some flowers and some grass texture. Not like the grass over there. I don't have any more of those little 1x1 clip studs, but just more stuff like this, and then stuff like this, and then I don't know, maybe throw some of these guys in there and add a couple of these looking things. So yeah, we're just gonna see how it looks. All right, guys, here's a little bit of progress update. I've added these white flowers up here. I've moved the mushroom, kind of covered them in there. I just added a couple little 1x1 studs to give it a little bit more texture on that side. But I've started this grass technique. Just kind of like improvising. I'm gonna see if it even looks good when it's finished, but basically it's just like in the stud hole between like four studs, you just like pop them in there and they stick, and so it kind of gives it like a cool look when it has the stud underneath in between, and then the grass like four corners interlock. So I don't know, looks pretty cool. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough to do very much more, so maybe just like a little grassy area, one of those directions, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. All right, so if you ever get the idea that you want to put a single stud in between four studs in that little hole where it fits, first off the bat, I don't recommend. It's super annoying to try and fit it in there, and then it just sometimes pops out, and half the time just doesn't even stay in there. But basically, I just spent the last like 15 minutes trying to get like 4 guys in, and then I was like, okay, there has to be a better way to do this. So if you do ever decide to do this, which again I don't recommend, but it does look cool. So if you do want to get this look, then I was using like a little 1x1 cylinder piece, and I would just attach it on top like that, and then you just kind of like, oh, of course now I can't do it. You just get, oh god, hold on. You just pop it in there. Oh my god, let's try this again. You just take the guy, and you can see it's hard because it's being blocked. It's surrounded by these other corners, so you might have to like spin these guys a little bit. But basically, you take it, you push it in, and then sometimes you might have to like hold the tip of the corner of the piece that you're holding in. So I'm holding this little corner of this grass and pop it off, or most of the time it'll just stay. And you just kind of take this and you just kind of pop it off, and then, you know, you follow suit with the rest of them. So I'll try to give you as many little tips and tricks along the way as I'm building like that. So yeah, you just kind of do some random little jagged order. I think there's about like 25, 30 of those guys, maybe less, honestly. So yeah, that's what that grass style looks like. All right, guys, taking a little look down the street here. This MOC is really coming together. This is I've just kind of like pieced everything together so that you guys can see the vision and what it's supposed to look like when it's all done. But yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with how this is looking right now. You know, the height over there came out quite well with the little grass hill and the little rock structure formation. The little foxhole over here is looking nice. You've got the grass, and you know, I don't want to show you everything because there's still gonna be like an overview MOC video, but I mean, guys, this is the final stages here. All I really have to do left now is make that last building, and it's gonna be easy and quick because it's already a little bit exploded here. Like, this is the line. Oh, this is the line for the road, for the street. So you can obviously see that, like, I'm basically just gonna build a building up like this, but the whole front end is gonna be collapsed in, and it's gonna be like a dilapidated 2-story, I think. So I'm gonna add some detailing on this side and as well over here to give it more of a textured sideway walk look. Probably just some cobblestone, to be honest, similar to back there. And then, I mean, honestly, it's gonna be time to add minifigs and explosions and everything pretty soon. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how this is looking so far. You know, I was thinking about this building, and it looks fine, but it's definitely the worst building in this MOC. And so, I mean, the front looks all right, but like, if you were to just take a picture of it from like right here, you know, it would look pretty good. But I don't know. I mean, it bothers me that this looks as bad as it does, as well as there's no interior, which I decided right off the bat that I wasn't gonna do interiors in this MOC. But then I was like, well, I had to do an interior here, so I don't know. let me know what you guys think. If you guys really want an interior, comment down below and I'll see what I can do about it if you do really want it. But you know, if it's fine how it is, and the mock video will just have we'll just pretty much show the street and everything. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. But yeah, guys, it's looking good. But all right, guys, I think that's gonna bring this episode to a close. I hope you enjoyed. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Share it to your friends. Tell everybody about it. You know, I just want everybody to enjoy this awesome mock and come back next week for even cooler editions. Thanks, guys. Cheesecake Films 05, and I'll see you next week.